more than s'mores bars. We're hosting a bunch of people tomorrow, and I typically make it anytime I have a big gathering for summer because people love them and I love them. I found this recipe so many years ago. I wish I could open this. Am I done? Don't answer that. I found this recipe so many years ago on a blog. I think it's Cooking Classy. It's not a hard recipe. It's a little bit like tedious. I'm putting parchment. I'm doubling it. I always double it. There is no reason to make a single batch. The original recipe is in like an 8x8, but I always do it in a 9x13. We start with 2.5 cups of flour and then a cup and a half of crushed honey graham crackers. Do not use cinnamon. I use these. They're like ProKeeper Bake or something. I have them in my Amazon storefront. I love them. Somebody asks every time I bake. They have like this scoopy thing and the lid. Highly recommend. Also the sugar opens here, which I enjoy. I put the graham crackers in a bag and then I just beat the ever-loving crap out of them. I think you can buy them pre-made, but that seems silly. I need the whole this and here, sorry. I'm trying to embrace my natural color. It's not very long. My oven is preheating for 350. I always use a meat mallet for this. The flat side. Put it in like a food processor or blender or something, but I don't ever do that. This is therapeutic for me. I need like 1 minute after. Close enough. You need a half a teaspoon of baking soda and a half a teaspoon of salt. This is all whisked together, so this is my dry ingredients. Now I'm gonna get my butter and stuff. Full cup of butter, I'm using Kerrygold. Cup of brown sugar, I am using dark brown sugar. I just think it has more flavor. I use them pretty interchangeably. And then a half a cup of granulated sugar. Eggs. I have a brown one and a white one because I don't know why. Scrape down the sides. Vanilla. Calls for 2 teaspoons. And then dry ingredients. It's just like graham crackers. Buttery graham crackers. Okay, it looks like this. We're gonna divide it in half and press half of it into the bottom, so make sure you have clean hands. If you get your hands wet, it goes much more smoothly. It's mostly mushed in. I'm gonna smear it around as best I can with this to get it even. I believe very strongly that if you don't use Hershey's bars, it does not taste like a s'more. If you hate Hershey's bars, you can use something else. That's on you. I know it takes more than a whole package, but I can't remember exactly how many bars. You just press down. Suburb. I use this fluff exclusively. I don't use a cream. This is weirdly hard to find. I also make the marshmallow fluff fudge that's on the back of here, so I just bought a lot. This has to get smeared all over the top. I'm just gonna use the same thing. Because I'm doubling it, I'll use this whole container. This just gets smeared all over the top. It's very sticky, so once the bottom touches the chocolate, it'll lift the chocolate up if you keep like messing with it. I don't know how else to describe that. Okay, these aren't hard to make, but they're annoying to make, if that makes sense. They're kind of a pain, but I continue to do it because they're so good. You can go about this a couple ways. I'm gonna try and roll it out. How did I lose my roller? I basically want it flat enough so that I can like lay it like a puzzle on the top. And yeah, that's gonna bake for 30 minutes. You'll be able to tell the top gets kind of puffed up and the little bits of marshmallow that sneak through the top get toasted I'll show you when it's done. Okay, here they are right out of the oven. You can tell the marshmallow has burst forth, but it'll kind of settle down and get flat. Let them cool all the way. If they're warm, they're a mess, but they're so good.